Hi.
Welcome back to our channel. We've got a little bit of what are we sharing today?
A journey of support.
A journey of support, like it's a personal story and experience just to share with you.
And it is related to the twin flame journey, so
Uh-huh.
don't you worry. It might not seem like it, but you probably experience things in your life as well that are,
Yeah,
similar, but yeah.
exactly. We feel like in sharing our personal experience that, yeah, you're going to have some takeaways from it and you can apply to your own journey. Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So, where should we get started?
Mattresses.
Mattresses. Ooh, what an exciting topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many of you that have watched our channel know that we moved to America from Norway. Adam is a Norwegian citizen. So a year ago, we arrived here in America. And while we were in Norway, America, we were spoiled by our king size bed. It's very supportive, very spacious, very, very comfortable. Got a lot of good night's sleep
Yeah, I
on
think
that.
towards the end though we were kind of like it was well used. We slept on it, all those nights for
True.
3 years, and it was
Yeah.
kind of like feels like we need an upgrade here.
Yeah, definitely. And so when we arrived here in America, the place that we got, it's furnished, right? Because we had sold everything that we owned to move here. And so the bed that we had was a queen size. This was a downsize from where we were at. And we just were not, we were, sleeping in it, but it wasn't good quality sleep.
Yeah, and the mattress is like rock hard.
Hmm.
I remember waking up there in the beginning. I felt like I was being beat up every night, like getting crawling out of bed. I felt like, yeah,
Yeah,
felt like I had a good beating.
right. And so we did a lot of inner work around it. And we finally come to the place to where we felt, at peace. And it was time to take action on our healing. I mean, action meaning that we just needed to upgrade our bed. It was just time to, yeah, you want to
I
add to
feel
that?
like there was a little bit more to that story because we did buy a mattress topper
Oh,
because we
yeah,
were
yeah,
thinking that
yeah.
that was gonna
That's right.
this is gonna make the whole thing work great. We're just gonna get a mattress topper because you got a bed in there. We can't move that around, right? And you don't want to.
Right.
And it was a lot of stuff like we don't want to buy a new mattress because we're gonna want a
Mhm.
king size when we move
Mhm.
out of here, right? When we get a place with, so there was all these like limiting beliefs and stuff coming up.
Yeah.
But the mattress topper didn't work so great either.
No.
So then we also got another mattress topper thinking that let's just smack one on top of it and this is gonna be great.
So
No.
you mean two mattress toppers?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had two mattress toppers, one on top of another, and that just, yeah.
It ended up like you kind of like I don't know, you kind of like sink and we were like I don't know, you're like very close with your legs. So I would turn, I would have no
Yeah,
space to turn, and we'd be like waking each other up with
it was
like
like a vortex in the middle of the bed because it was just these two soft cushions and it wasn't working.
yes, we were like, okay, what now? Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so that's right. We had tried some things out before we decided just to go, mattress shopping, right?
hmm
And so,
we're like, well, if you're gonna have to spend money on a, queen size mattress now, we're I guess
right, but we were working from limitations, right? And what we mean by that is not wanting to save our money, not wanting to invest into ourselves, but trying out, well, let's do this little thing over here, this little thing over there. But deep in our hearts, though, we just weren't happy with the size of the bed altogether. It just wasn't supportive because we were used to having something more supportive.
Mhm.
And so that leads us into shopping
Yeah,
for beds,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So we had an experience with three different stores, and every store taught us something. And so we want to share that with you, and you can kind of like take it and, you know, um, apply it in whatever feels good for you. But so the first store was kind of like a mom and pop shop, meaning that it was an independently owned shop. It was two older people. It was kind of like on the busy side of town, and it wasn't it was our first go-to, I think, because they had like really good deals on mattresses, I believe is why, or good deals on beds. So we were still in that mindset of, okay, we're gonna get something. And we set out to get a queen as well, right? We were going to get a new queen, right? Sounds insane already, doesn't it? Is yeah. So
And just a mattress, since
right.
yeah, since
Yeah.
we're gonna smack it on.
So we were
the
still
bed.
like resisting, right? We knew in our hearts what we wanted, but we're like, still yet, but just let me get this thing, let me save some money. So at the mom and pop shop, we tried several different beds. They didn't have a lot to choose from because it's an independently owned store. And the lady there invited us to lay on each one of the beds. I prefer a firm, supportive bed, while Adam likes it to be softer, right?
Yeah, my body prefers it to be softer.
Yeah.
I don't really care, but my body's like, nah.
Yeah, yeah, your body, it needs that kind of support, right? And so we told the lady that, and she was like, oh, well, you guys are going to have to compromise. And when she said that word, like, I was kind of like, I don't think so.
No, no compromise.
Because in your union and living life with God, compromise is not a thing, right? It's always a win-win situation for all involved. And so because we know that lesson, that it's always a win-win, that immediately turned us off. We were like, oh, we understand where her mind is at. And we understand too, because we used to be there, right? Like compromising, meaning like I'm going to sacrifice a part of myself in order to have this thing because that's just how life is, right? But we know better than that, and knowing that we create in our reality. Okay. So we left that store and we were driving, and we were actually headed to another store, which is the third store that we went to. But we stopped at a second store because it was on the way and it looked really nice. It was like an upscale. It was like, ooh, and we went in, and the very first thing on the left-hand side was a really big fluffy couch.
So nice.
And this couch, I think they called it like a cloud couch, but it really did, like you could like sink into it. It felt so comfortable. But it was really like good, comfy furniture.
This is on our list of upgrades as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, still we're living in a furnished place and the couch is not great.
No.
So this is also something. Yeah.
Exactly. We want a cloud couch. So a lady came up to meet us, as they do in a furniture store. And she was, we asked her where the beds were, where the mattresses were. I think we were still looking for a mattress at this point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And queen size. We were still stuck on a queen size mattress.
I feel like I was a bit like, man, that's like a lot of like waste for like who knows, we might be moving in 2 months. Like, yeah, it didn't quite make sense,
Right. So you can see how twin flames work is like, while I was very set on a limitation, Adam was doing inner work. Right. Like Adam was kind of like inner, being like, well, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't feel good to me. Right. Well, we were working the process together.
And the beds weren't really feeling like, ooh, yeah, this is great. Like it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of felt like, although it was an upscale store and they had a lot more to choose from, and they did feel better than the first store, it still felt like we would have been compromising. Like I wasn't quite entirely happy, nor was Adam. And then I feel like the kind of like the determining factor there was that the lady that was helping us at first, like she was asking us questions, and you could feel underneath her questions, though, she wasn't really genuinely interested in helping us. It was more of this is a sales, like I'm here to make a sell. And I could feel that, and I knew that. And I'm like, well, I get it. Like, we're in a furniture store, and this is what you do is you make sales. So I understand. And I needed to take a moment to go to the ladies' room, right? Drinking a lot of that water. And I
And I told the lady because she was like hanging out with me. I'm like,
yeah.
you can go help other people. That's what I told her. You can
Right.
go do something else. And she's like, oh,
Yeah, but you're
okay.
getting ahead of the
Oh,
story.
excuse me.
Yeah, hold on. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
And so I asked the lady, I said, where's the ladies' room? I need to, and so she pointed in the direction, and I was on my way to walk away. And she was like, oh, wait, would you like me to go ahead and run your credit while you're, like basically starting an application
Hmm.
process? And that very much turned me off. It's like, whoa,
Yeah,
we haven't even decided on a mattress yet.
it's true.
And so, yeah, I was like, well, I think I just said, well, I'm just going to go ahead and go to the restroom, and then we can talk about that when I get back. And then I guess that's when she hung out with you
Hmm.
and kept asking you questions.
Hmm.
And then you basically kind of excused her to,
Yeah, I'm like, you can go. Like, you don't have to hang out here. Just go help someone else. Mhm.
right. Yeah. I feel like in our hearts, like after that happened, we were already like, no, this isn't it.
Yeah, because we didn't even have clarity at this point.
No.
So it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah. And so she did end up helping another customer, and we seen that as our opportunity to
We were like, bye-bye.
get out of there.
But
So-
if anything though, we seen that couch there, so we were like, wow, this is it.
exactly. We
So
would
that was
totally go
great.
back for the couch because
Sure.
we tried that out and that felt really good.
Mhm.
So we got back in the car and we're like, okay, third time's a charm. And we ended at the sleep number
Mhm.
mattress store.
Yeah.
And it was actually the closest mattress store to our house. Go figure.
Yeah. And we'd already been in there one time looking at mattress toppers, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So who knew?
Yeah. That was before the whole
Yeah.
thing started in the beginning.
Mhm.
And so we walk in, and immediately, like, the vibe was different. The lady that come to help us, well, actually she was helping another customer, and we were just kind of standing there, but she's like, I'll be with you shortly. And so we had already been in there, like Adam said, to look at mattress toppers before, but we just kind of like hung out, and then she was complete with the customer, and then she come to help us. Totally different experience. Um, she invited us to have a test on one of the beds, which basically it scans your body to see where your body needs the most support. And the thing about the sleep number beds is that you can have both sides can have their own adjustments.
We're not sponsored, by the way,
No,
but
we're
hey,
totally not sponsored by any of
but hey,
those,
Sleep
right?
Number, if you wanna, hit us up, that's
Right.
fine.
We're just simply just sharing
Yeah.
our
Mhm.
experience. And so, um, yeah, so we got on this bed. It was a test bed, and they even had like drool pads.
I thought that was really nice because, like, you don't want to put your, head on every single, like, everyone's been on that one before. Like, so it was nice.
Yeah, like at the other mattress stores, you're laying down, testing these beds out and knowing that other people have too.
Yeah.
But at the Sleep Number mattress store, they have like a little thin paper,
Hmm.
like the shape of a pillow, and they lay it down, and then you carry it around with you, right? So she got us a drool guard, drool pad, whatever you call
Yeah.
them. And we lay on the bed, and then there's a big flat screen TV above you that you get to see all of your credentials or your data. And so she did the testing, and she was talking to us, all throughout. But nothing in her conversation with us or her questions felt anything like it felt like she was just loving us.
Hmm.
Like, I see that you're here for help. How can I help you? And even if the help is just you exploring the beds and then you leave here today, then that's all that matters to me, is that I helped you. Just genuinely wanted to help us.
Hmm.
And so we, yeah, did the scan, got clear on, and it was actually like our root chakra area on the both of us
Hmm.
that requires the most support, which is very symbolic of we're doing a lot of healing related to our foundation. So that was very perfect there. But yeah, we stood up and we were talking and we were looking at the prices and the different levels of beds. And Adam had done, the inner work. And of course, I was moving through feelings. And we were still focused on a queen,
What?
still.
Yeah. I think like at one point the lady was asking the other lady in the store something about price for the king. I'm like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. So in that moment, Adam was making a core choice, right? Like you were like, the king is what feels good to me. Like that's what was most supportive of us when we were in Norway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like we wouldn't it wouldn't be a full solution just getting a queen size mattress, right? And what would we do with it afterwards, right? We would have bought this like mattress and then afterwards it's like, well, you just still have a half solution. So
Exactly.
yeah, so we were just like, no, that was quick. So okay,
Yeah.
we're doing the king. Yeah.
Well, you're getting ahead of the story still.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
So then we're standing there,
But
and
the choice was made, right?
the choice was made,
Yeah.
but I wasn't yet there,
Mhm.
right? But the choice was made, like the core choice in our union, right? Of what was most supportive for us. And so we were looking at the queen still, and we got clear on what kind of mattress we wanted and what kind of levels would work best for our bodies. And then we were standing there talking to the lady some more, and I was like, yeah, we're like, how much it was the difference between the queen and the king? And it wasn't that much of a difference. And I was like, well, Adam, let's just get a king. And then Adam was like, well, yeah. Well, you were excited when I said that, though.
Yeah, I was like, finally, you're getting with the program.
Yeah, like in the store, you were like, yes.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And so we picked out everything that we needed, and we had really that the lady there, she gave us space to explore. There was no expectations on, like, nothing energetically, like, I'm going to get you as a sell. Like when we walked into the store, she wasn't looking at us like we were money. She was looking at us like, people, let me help you. So then, yeah, we decided to purchase. And then the next thing arose, which was they're incredibly busy and they were not going to be able to have it out until the end of August.
But I said, I don't know, what was her name?
I don't remember
Casey.
her name.
I said, Casey, you got to get us in a good bed soon. We got to sleep because we were kind of like we didn't have a lot of sleep at all at that point because we were not having it. So I was like, you gotta sort this out for us, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so she was kind of skeptical, like,
I don't know. I'm gonna try, but
we're booked out.
yeah.
And so we know that, twin flames, when you're walking the path with God, miracles happen, right? Like when you choose and claim something in your heart and you know that it can happen for you, because it can, it happens, right? And it's nothing that's controlling. I deserve this. I deserve this support, and as soon as possible. So she looked on the computer, and there was actually, of course, it's past the date now, but what was it, July 27th? Yeah, so there was actually a very, like, 2 weeks out from the time that we were in the store versus like
because they have to make the whole bed, right?
right.
Like, yeah.
Versus like having almost 2 months out.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Adam was like, yep, I'll take it. July 27th.
Yeah.
That's our date, right? Just 2 weeks out. And so, yeah, signed the papers, got the bed, order was put in and made. And we had some more talk. It almost felt like talking with a friend, Casey, the lady. It just felt so normal, very natural. It felt like there was a lot of like love there, a lot of God, right? You could very much feel God in that experience. And yeah, went on about our day, went and got us some dinner. Fast forward 2 weeks, and our bed arrived. It's now, they delivered it, and they took it upstairs, put it together for us. It's got all the things, incredibly comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like they were supposed to deliver between 9 and noon,
Oh, that was another thing.
which
Yeah.
is we have our group coaching. One of our group coachings is Saturdays,
Yeah.
So it was kind of like in that time frame. So it was a bit like, uh-oh, because they said it could take up to 2 hours when they're here and putting it together and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right? But yeah, it's like, but then, choosing and claiming that too, that has to work out for us, for everyone involved, right? Because otherwise I would have to leave our group coaching and.
And that's a no-go,
Yeah.
right? Like we very much, we value our clients and our time with all of who we work with. And so that was basically in our hearts, that's not going to happen. Like we choose for this bed to arrive at an appropriate time, that way that we can, be with our group. And it did.
Yeah, they called us at 9 and they're like,
Yeah.
hey.
They were 15 minutes out, and they arrived and yeah, put everything together, and they were gone like an hour before our group started.
Mhm.
And why are we sharing this with people? This personal story and experience with other twin flames. Like it can sound very irrelevant, but if you're listening to the message under the message that we're sharing, then you can see how miracles occur when you are like when you're choosing the path of love and you're walking the path with God. Like literally everything in your life works out, right? Yeah, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I think there's some parts to this because, like, a part of it from the beginning, we were like trying to fix the situation from our limited mindset. It's like, everyone still has, a lot of poverty mindset, right? Like, that's just how it is because, most of us are not just living in massive wealth as of just yet anyway.
Mhm.
But there's so many limited mindsets. It's like we got two mattress toppers trying to fix the problem, but
Yeah.
it
Like
didn't
putting a band-aid on it.
basically. And
Mhm.
due to the limited mindset, well, we can't do this, we can't do that. Oh, and then it's the landlord. How is that going to work out? We can't, like, all these things, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, that's kind of like a lesson as well. Like we were even in that store trying to find a mattress topper, and which we didn't buy it there. We got it somewhere else.
Yeah,
Because I think it was too expensive or something like
it's
that. Right?
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, which I don't know how long that was later, but like we healed a lot in between there, right? Like, so, but it's also a lesson in, like, you need to feel good to be able to support. We were not feeling great because we weren't sleeping much at all, and
No.
it was horrible sleep. So you have to feel good to, to do anything in life,
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
support, to, have everything you want.
Yeah.
So important, right? But when you don't feel supported at all, that's, it's not great. You're not able to give or receive or
Yeah, yeah, because like if you're not sleeping well, like, well, what's going to happen when you go to work the next day?
Mhm.
You don't feel good. You're so focused on, oh, I feel tired, right? And you can't really be present with yourself and feel really good in what it is that you have in front of you to do. But then when you invest into yourself, right, and you get that really good night's sleep, and then the next day you're like, oh man, I feel so alive. Like, I just want to, like, I just, I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying I can really focus on what's in front of me. And then your abundance expands, your wealth expands, you attract more good to you, you feel good.
And you're
A
more attracted to your twin flame when you feel
Exactly.
good, right?
Yeah, a good feeling attracts good to you.
Mhm.
And so, it's so important that whatever you're experiencing in your life, like it's important that you support yourself.
Yeah, don't settle.
Exactly. And it can come down to the most minute things, like, are you giving your body the proper food? Or are you just like sipping on coffees all day, trying to energetically make it through the day? Well, that's not really sustainable. What is your body calling for? Maybe you need to add in like some meals in between, like prep you some meals, right? You can still have your coffee, but have you a meal so it balances out throughout the day. It energizes you. It's just another example, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's just you know, a lot of messages here. So
Yeah.
whatever you take from it, that's for you, right? But
Mhm.
it's, you know, not settling, right? Where you're not feeling supported. If you want to move forward, you have to feel supported because you have to
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah, I
And
really
yeah.
no, go ahead. Well, I was just gonna say, I really feel like what we're saying is like shifting from poverty consciousness, which is a negative mindset, which is constant negative thinking,
Mhm.
right? Into miracle consciousness, which is abundant consciousness, which means you you believe that things can work out for you and you know that they will, when you're choosing to love yourself and show up for yourself. And that's what mends the separation that you experience from your twin flame, is they're attracted to you the most when you are valuing yourself as a divine being. So it's choosing to have that miracle consciousness, which in this whole experience that we shared with you of just a mattress or getting a bed, miracle after miracle occurred, lesson after lesson occurred, right? We moved through feelings. There was some upsets that we had to move through. Like when the woman told me, you guys got to compromise, that upset me. Like, don't tell me that. That's
I
not
don't compromise.
like, because
Yeah.
I used to,
Yeah.
right? Like that's how the world works. The world says, like in relationships, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, meaning you take from yourself to give to me, and I'll take from myself to give to you. And that's what she was telling us to do. Like, we want to sell you a mattress.
Mhm.
So you two, meaning me and Adam, just need to compromise. Adam take from Adam's self, I'll take from myself, and then we'll give to you. There's no winner in that. No winner at all. We're all taking from ourselves. And that's repulsive. That's unattractive. And yeah,
Yeah. So don't settle.
don't settle.
Where are you not feeling supported? How
Mhm.
can you support yourself there in that place to feel good?
Exactly.
So there you go.
All right. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.